Hello and welcome to Principal Payment. My name's Jeff, I'm glad you're here. Let's just jump right in. In this short video, we'll talk about one of Excel's lesser known but very powerful functions. It's often used to compute the principal portion of a loan payment for a single month. But stick around till exercise 3, because I'll show you how to turn this single function into a dynamic loan schedule. Let's head to the first exercise, exercise 1. Let's say we set up some input cells for some basic loan terms. For example, the loan amount, the number of months, and the annual interest rate. Let's start by calculating the monthly payment. This is done with the PPMT function, and I have another video that covers this in detail. The first argument is the rate. Since we want a monthly payment, we also need to give it the monthly rate. The monthly rate is simply the annual rate here in C9 divided by 12. The number of periods is the number of months. That's the value here in C8. And PV, that's the present value, that's the loan amount. That's here in C7. Close the function and enter. Now we see that a loan with these terms has this monthly payment amount. So the question is, how much of this monthly payment is actually applied to principal? Well, that amount changes each month over the life of the loan. But the cool thing is, we can calculate that for any given month. We'll use the principal payment function. It starts like this, equals PPMT. The first argument here is rate. And once again, we'll take the annual rate divided by 12. The next argument here is period, and that's the month we're trying to calculate. For now, we'll use 1, comma, the total number of periods, okay, that's our loan term here, that's in C8, comma, the present value is up here, that's our loan amount in C7. We close the function and enter. So what this is telling us is that for the first month of the total monthly payment of $193, $143 of that is applied to principal. The remainder, of course, is applied to interest. Now let's improve this a little bit. Instead of entering 1 as the month, we're going to go ahead and use a cell reference, and we're going to refer to the value in C13. And that way it's just a little easier to change the month. For example, in month 24, 160. And in month 36, 170, and you get the idea. And that's the basic idea of this function. But let's see how we can use the sequence function to help. Exercise 2. Once again, we've entered the loan amount, the number of months, and the annual interest rate into some cells. And once again, we use the payment function to calculate the total monthly payment. Now let's say we wanted a schedule that shows the principal portion for all months in the loan. Well, one option is to use the sequence function. And if you haven't used this before, it basically creates a sequential list of numbers. So how many rows do we want? Well, it's the same as the number of months. Close function and enter. And as you can see, that generates a list from 1 to 12. And if we only had a 6-month loan, this dynamically changes to show 1 through 6. And you get the idea. And let's change this back to 12. Now, let's calculate the principal portion of all of the monthly payments. Equals PPMT. Once again, the rate is the annual interest rate divided by 12. And this time, the period is going to be the value in the cell to the left. But to reference this entire spill range, we're going to enter the spill reference operator. Comma, once again, the total number of periods is this. And once again, the present value is the loan amount, which is this. Close function and enter. And now we can see we have the principal portion of each of the monthly payments. And this is totally dynamic. So if we only had a 3-month loan, that's calculated. 6-month, that's updated. 12-month, that's dynamic. 60-month, and that's dynamic. And you get the idea. Let's set this back to 12. Now, what if in addition to the principal portion, we also wanted to reflect the interest portion? Well, that brings us to the next exercise. Exercise 3. Once again, we have the loan assumptions, including the loan amount, number of months, and annual interest rate. Once again, we've calculated the monthly payment. Now let's build our loan schedule. For the month number, we're going to use sequence again, and we'll use the number of months, close function, and enter. For the principal portion, once again, we're going to use PPMT. The rate is the annual rate divided by 12. The period is B15, spill ref. Number of periods is this. Present value is this. Close function and enter. And now we can see we have the principal portion for all of the months in the schedule. Now, how can we compute interest? Well, the interest is really the difference between the monthly payment and the principal amount. So one option is to subtract them. So we could go equals our monthly payment amount minus this principal calculation. And once again, we'll use the spill reference operator and enter. And now this calculates the difference between the total monthly payment and the calculated principal amount to get the amount applied towards interest. And if we just wanted to double check that the sum of these is equal to the monthly payment, we can just do something like equals principal, spill reference operator, plus interest, spill reference operator, enter. And now we can confirm that the total is 860.66 for all months in our schedule. And let's calculate some totals. For example, I'd like to calculate the total principal amount just to make sure that our schedule is equal to the loan amount. So we could go equals sum of our principal, and we're going to use this spill reference operator to get the whole column, close function, and enter. And that looks like it's 10,000, which is perfect. We can do total interest again, equals sum of this, spill reference operator, close function, and enter. And then the total paid equals sum of this, spill reference, close function, enter. And this is totally dynamic, so we can change the number of months and everything updates accordingly. Let's change this back. And by the way, these are presented as negative values because of the way that finance functions operate on a cash flow basis, cash inflow, cash outflow. If we wanted to, we could easily flip the signs of all of these. And there are several ways we could do this. Here I'm just going to keep it simple and do a subtraction operator in front and enter. And I can do the same thing here. And now I think we're good. So that's it. With just one function and a few dynamic formulas, we've built a full loan schedule. It includes monthly principal and interest plus the totals. We don't need to manually fill down any formulas. It's totally dynamic. So hopefully this has been helpful. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Hey Excel user, if you ever need to create summary reports, check out my pivot table for beginners video. It starts at the beginning and shows how to store the data transactions in a table and then how to summarize those transactions with a pivot table report. I hope it helps unlock the incredible power of pivot tables.
This video is a production of Excel University.